Hello everyone, I welcome you all for this live webinar. So today's topic will be spice simulation made simple. We are going to see how to do the mixed simulation inside the Altium Designer. I'm Rajeshwari, application engineer from PCB Graphtech, Singapore. So let us go to the agenda. So first topic will be your generic simulation component library, meaning we are going to see about how the generic components are available inside the library panel and how the properties of the generic simulation components looks alike. We are going to see the detail about it. Next, we are going to see about the import schematics. So here we can see the LT Spice schematics can be imported now. So this one we have to install under the extension and updates. And then later, using your import wizard, we can import the LT Spice schematics document, okay, which is from the other interface softwares. So third topic will be new signal source interface. So we are going to see about the signal source which is applied to your simulation circuit. What are all the types of signal source we can apply for your circuit? Then we will see about the simulation dashboard panel. So it's very interesting panel introduced in the latest Altium Designer, where we are going to verify your models and we are going to see the properties of various source, probes, all these here. And also we are going to analyze the circuit. Okay, so finally we will see the demonstration. Okay, so now let us go to the first topic. So first topic is about generic simulation component library. So you can see here, it is a basic library properties. You can get a quick models, electric models from the simulation generic component library. This is available only when you install the mixed simulation. You will be able to see this components, simulation generic components. Otherwise, if you install normally Altium Designer, you will not see this. When you install mixed simulation, you will be able to see this panel. So when you see here, you can get the models for your circuit, and then you can use these models to construct a simulation model, simulation circuit, and then you can do the various analysis. Okay, so totally we have 189 components under this generic components. Okay, so we are also having the fine tuning parameters. So meaning for each component, there will be a parameter set. Okay, they will have their own parameters, and those parameters, when you're placing component, you can see them, but you cannot edit or change the parameters, but you can change the values. You cannot add in the parameters or something like that. Okay, so later I will explain you, show you in the demo in more detail. Okay, now how to configure the library. Okay, so as I told you, simulation generic components library can be obtained only if you install this mixed simulation. This mixed simulation can be installed during your installation of your Altium Designer. So when you install Altium Designer, you will be able to see this page. So you can go for platform extensions and then you can click mixed simulation. So when you click here, automatically it will be added to the installation. Okay, so you can see directly inside the interface. If not, if you don't install here, after installing your Altium Designer, okay, you have already installed it, but you need mixed simulation. So you can go to the second option. Under extension and updates, you can go to the purchased tab. Under purchase tab, you will see this mixed simulation. Okay, so there will be a small arrow mark showing download button here. You will need to download and then restart the software. So once you restart, this mixed simulation will be installed and it comes under the installed tab. Okay, so it will be installed for you. But please remember, you have to install it. Otherwise, you will not be able to see this mixed simulation. Okay, so now coming to the generic simulation component. Okay, here, this, as I told you, this, when you're opening any component from this generic simulation component, you will be seeing the properties panel like this. Usually when you click on any component, the properties will be naming only the component. But when you go for simulation generic component, you will see on the topper like this, simulation generic component, and then the general properties will have only limited items. So limited fields means it will not have the source where you're getting the library from. Okay, for example, Altium default give you in the component panel, your miscellaneous devices and miscellaneous connector library. So there, if you go to the component, you can see the source. The source is from this library. But whereas when you go for the generic simulation component, you will not see that field here. That is the differences. Also, you will not be able to modify. Okay, you are not able to modify the models, footprints, documentation links, simulation models. You can get the models, but you cannot modify it. Okay, so that is the main important thing about the simulation generic component. Also, each component will have a fixed parameter list. Okay, when you see the parameters for this generic component, they will have the parameter list. Okay, if you take resistor, they will have a certain parameter list. If you take a capacitor, they will have certain parameter list. You will be able to edit only the values. You cannot edit the parameter list. Okay, so it is a fixed parameter list. Then we see about the import schematics. So if you want to import the schematics, you can import schematics by using the import wizard. But before that, to have the import LT-SPICE design files here, you need to install the LT-SPICE importer. This you should install it from your extension and updates. You need to go for extension and updates and click on the top. You will be seeing a small arrow mark on the right top corner. You have to download and install it. So then you will be able to see this LT-SPICE design files, okay, under the import wizard. So what it can import is, it can import the ASCII files. Okay, ASCII files from the other interface softwares, and then this ASCII file will have the internal PSpice model information. All the details about the PSpice models will be internally available with the files, and it will be placed as a schematic document. You can see in the right side the schematic document, and this is a LT-SPICE component. So when the design comes, it places the SPICE component, and all the properties of that component will be available. Okay, so you can import it. Also, you can import ORCAD designs and library files. Okay, here also this ORCAD design is mainly for your schematics, with the extension of .dsn files. And these files, even though they have the PSpice models, they can also be imported. Okay, they can be imported with the extension of .dsn files if they have a PSpice models with the library extensions of OLB. Okay, sorry, OLB. So these extension files also allowed to be imported inside the import wizard. Okay, you can import the PSpice models by using your import wizard, and then bring in internally all the information about your PSpice models. Then coming to the library. Okay, if you have your own library model files, whether you have downloaded from the website or you got it from the Octopart. Okay, so you want to add in that model library to your software, you can add it under the project tab or install tab. So you can add your library. So that library is, for example, like I have it as jfed.lib. So for simulation model, you can use the lib files with an extension. So jfed.lib file. Okay, you can import it, you can install it and use it here. Then you can see in the right hand side the component panel with the library file jfed.lib. So the source is from jfed.lib. You can see all the components are from this lib file. If I open any one of the component, you will see the properties of that model. So when you see the properties in the left hand side bottom, you can see there is a model description. So under model description, you see the model file. So the model file, you can see what is the model and information about that particular model. Okay, so you can see all these informations from the component panel itself. Okay, next about your signal source interface. So signal source interface is about the input signal to the simulation models. So you can see, for example, here under the properties, if you open any one of the signal source, so the signal source, the designator is the name what we are giving it, and the stimulus name will be the name of the source. Maybe it can be a voltage source or current source, whatever it is, you can give. Plus symbol is to add in the more number of, increase the number of source, because the most probably when you add the source, we'll be using the same source but with the number of times, because we will not change the parameters, all this for the source. Okay, followed by you can see the stimulus type. Okay, what type of stimulus we are going to? Sinusoidal signal, that is the input signal is a sinusoidal signal or DC source or is an exponential signal, whatever can be. Okay, PSpice linear signal, so any signal, so the pulse signal, all these. But please remember, whatever the signal we are giving as an input, the parameter will be based on that input. Okay, the DC amplitude, AC amplitude, you can see the maximum amplitude. This will be, the parameter list will be fixed, but you can change the values of the amplitude, maximum amplitude of frequency, you can change the values. Okay, so the parameters initially it will change based on the input source. Okay, DC source, the parameter list will be different. If you are using the sinusoidal source, the parameter list will be different. If you're using exponential source, the parameter list will be different. So it will be something different like this. So for example, you can also see here, the stimulus name is your pulse and the type is a pulse. So when I use the pulse, automatically you can see the parameter list below is different. Okay, and the source we are applying is the pulse input here. Okay, this is for your example to show you in detail. Then next we have to go for the dashboard, simulation dashboard. So this is a very good panel and where we can work for completely for the simulation analysis. So initially we will go for it will do the verification, meaning it will see whether all the components is having the models or not. So it will do the verification. So once it verifies, it will give the green tick mark like this. After that, if you want to add the source, voltage source or current source or power source, and then if you want to add the probe, any point in your design, you want to add the probe to measure the value at that node, maybe the voltage node or current node, you want to measure the value, you can add the probes. Okay, so these two, once it is done, the preparation is done. Next, analysis. So we can do the different types of analysis like your operating point, DC sweep, transient analysis, AC sweep analysis. So different analysis we can do, and we can run the analysis individually one by one, or we can run all in one time. Okay, we can do this. This is a very good feature that we can run all in one time. Simulation run, we can do that. Then coming below, we can do the sweep analysis for each output, either the normal sweep or Monte Carlo sweep by doing some settings here. Okay, you can set it how many runs you want to get a highest resolution output for your simulation output. Okay, then finally we can see your results. Okay, results, we can view the results, load the results, I think in the next slide. Yeah, so as an analysis, I told you we have the operating point. So operating point, we can run your voltage, power, current, and which determines each point, what is the voltage at each node, what is the power at each node, what is the current at each node, we can determine. We can also run the transfer function or pole zero analysis. When you go for the DC sweep, so DC sweep you can run for number of sweeps 1 to 10 or stepwise, you can give the steps, how many steps you want to run the sweep, you can do it. Followed by, you can also do the transient analysis. So transient analysis, you can do either in the frequency or you can do the transient mode with respect to time, you can set it off. Okay, so here it is shown with respect to frequency. If you do it with respect to time, we can set 1 to 10 and the time is in terms of 0.1 microsecond, the steps time, or 1 microsecond step time, you can set it off. Then followed by, you can also set your AC analysis. Okay, AC sweep analysis, we can do that. So AC sweep analysis with respect to the frequency, you can set it off and then we can run it. Okay, so we will see in the demo, I will show you. Then finally the results. So results, we can log your results. Once you can see the log button, if you log the results, so the results will be stable there. When you run the next analysis, the previous results we can see, that is logged. Okay, if you unlock, you can load the profile, new profile, and you can run it off. You can do that. Okay, load the profile, you can rename the heading, like a transient analysis, you want to give your own project name, you can rename it off, or you can delete any of the result analysis. Okay, you can do all this here. Then we go for the demo. Let me go to the software. Okay, so first I have opened a bandpass filter here, example. Now let me see here, I have this circuit. we go to the component panel. Initially, I told you in the component panel, we have some libraries. Okay, miscellaneous device. These are the libraries given by Altium. And along with that, you can see the simulation generic components. So this library will be available only after you install your mixed simulation. Okay, if you don't install, you will not see this. Okay, when you click on this, you can see 189 components are there. So you can see all the components, design item ID, the components here. So when you scroll down, you can see the AC motor, the bipolar PNP transistors, NPN transistors, capacitor, all the components, battery, crystal, current control. So for example, if I want to place one of the components, okay, I just right click and try to place it. Okay, when I try to place it, I just press the tab key to see the properties of that component. So you see the properties, it says simulation generic component. For a normal component, it will say only component. Since it is a simulation component, it is having the model, it will say simulation generic component. Okay, and then you can see the designator, the command. So this is, the fields are very limited. There is no source. Okay, source is not available. Source field is not available, and the parameter is also limited. Okay, not much parameters. Okay, you cannot edit the parameters. You can edit only the value. Okay, so like this, you can place your components from your generic components. So you can have all the components like current control, flip-flop, then you can have your resistor component. So all the models we can see here. For example, if I want to search for a resistor, okay, I want a model for resistor, so you can search for a resistor. So when you search for resistor, below you can see there is a model, okay, symbol, then the model circuit is there. Okay, this is the advantage when you have a circuit you want to replace with the models. Okay, for example, you see here, I open this resistor, I double click on the resistor component, but there is no models. Okay, some components I don't have models. So how to add in the models directly? Okay, we can go to the simulation dashboard. Okay, we work with the simulation dashboard. When you go to the dashboard, you will see first verification. Okay, so verification, we need to start verifying, meaning that it has to check whether all the component is having the models or not. Okay, so let me start verifying. So when I click start verifying, you can see would like to assign, auto assign models. So you can auto assign models directly from the simulation generic component library. So it is asking whether you want to assign it. Yes, I click assign. So you will see all the components are assigned from the library. Now only one component it is not assigned because it is not available under simulation generic component library. So I just click to add model. Now when I click to add model, you can add the model, simulation model from your local PC to get the model for the component, or you can get it from the library, that is your component panel. If you go to server, you can get it from Altium 365 or Octopart. Octopart is the part provider, you can get from them. Okay, so now for my case, I'm going to get it from the library. Okay, so before I'm getting, you can see below pin mapping, all not connected, don't have the model file because I didn't add the model. So I need to add the model, click on the browse button. So when you click on browse button, I have a model here, UA741 circuit. So I'm going to use this model. So when I add the model, you will be able to see automatically it connects to that location. The model is SPICE subcircuit and then pin mapping. So the pins are automatically mapped here. Okay, so I have my model. Then you have to see the model file. It's very important. You can see the model file here once you have added. I have added the SPICE model and then I have placed. Now I click OK. So you can see once I click OK, now I have all green check marks. Okay, so meaning all are fixed. Now the some verification is done, models are added, preparations are done. So when you go to the preparation under sources, okay, you see you have V1, V2, V in source. If you want to highlight, zoom into the source, you can zoom in the sources. If you want to disable the sources, you can also disable the sources just by uncheck here. Okay, if you uncheck here, you see they are grayed out. Okay, so you check box here, then you can bring it back by pressing Shift C to clear filter. Okay, so the sources are added here. You can enable or disable the sources. Then you can also add your probes like voltage probe, current probe, power probe, you can add it. For example, if you want to go for voltage probe, you can add the voltage probe. Anywhere you can add it off. So you can edit the properties and then what type of probe name it is you can give, and then all the information about the probe you have to mention. Okay, so I'm not going to place the probe here. Okay, that is just to give the probe where you can get the information about that particular point, whether the current or voltage or power at that point. Okay, you can place the probe. Then followed by coming to the analysis, setup and run. First, we see the operating point. So when you go for operating point, we can run the operating analysis. What is the operating point of the circuit? We can determine by run on this. Okay, just I click on the run button, you can run here. So it run here the operating point. Now, when I go again, you will see when I click on the voltage, you see voltage at each point here. Okay, after I run, you can see the voltage at each point. If you want to see the power, you can see the power, then you can see the current. So the current at each point of the nodes, you can see the values. Okay, so like this, you can determine after running your operating point. Then coming below, you can also go for DC sweep analysis. So DC sweep, I'm going to run from 1 to 10 in the steps of 1. Then I can run the transient analysis. As I told you, I'm going to run the transient analysis to give the high resolution output to varying from 0 to 0.005 with this step. Okay, to get more high output. Okay, very good output. So high resolution of my design, I can find out where is the transient response, how the transient response works from step by step in my circuit. All these I'm going to determine it. So I can just go for input, output, as well as you can give any expressions. If you want to calculate any expressions, you can go here. Go here, you can go for waveforms. What waveforms you want to see at the output. You can see all the currents and then voltage points, all you can see it here to measure. I at C1, C2, R1, I at V1, all this you can see the waveforms. Okay, voltage, all this. Then what function you want to calculate, you can choose the function. Like absolute function, then all the different functions you want to calculate, you can also select the functions to calculate it. Okay, so you can do that. Then followed by, we also have the Fourier analysis, and you can also set the initial conditions. Followed by, you have the AC sweep. So AC sweep in terms of value frequency, you can have the frequencies here, in and out values. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this, instead of running one by one, I'm going to run the simulation for all the 4. So to run, here you can go for simulate, run simulation. Okay, so when I run the simulation, you can see compile successful, no errors found. I close here, I can see the result is not good, meaning there is some issue is there in my PSpice model. Okay, I need to check that. You can see my output is a straight line. Okay, I have to see that, I go for my design, then I need to check my amplifier. So I go for PSpice model. So here in this model, you can see the first pin is offset null. I go for my model 5 because I need to cross verify. So here the first pin should be the non-inverting input. Okay, so the non-inverting input is plus. So this should be in the first pin. Okay, so we need to do the pin mapping. Second, inverting input as second pin, and then the third is the positive power supply. So the positive power supply is here. So it should be third. Then the fourth one is negative power supply is already there. Then the fifth one is the output. So output is here. So I need to choose this as 5. Okay. So followed by this will be offset null is non-connected. Then coming to the top, the first one is also offset null, not connected. So once you have done the changes, click OK. So now I try to run the simulation and see the results. Okay, so now you can see the operating point, the DC sweep, you can see the differences. Okay, so the pulse is the input signal and you have the output signal here. Okay, so this transient analysis and then the AC analysis. So we got the perfect output here. Now I'm going to, this is for a single sweep signal. I want to have a multiple sweeps. I have to increase the sweep. So I go for Monte Carlo. Okay, this method, and I'm going to do some settings. So in the settings, if you go under general Monte Carlo, I'm using number of run. So why we need to do this number of run is to get the high resolution, to get a very good output point, a very good output signal, because we have 20 output means some of the signals will give you the best result. So you can choose the best results from the 20 runs of the signal. Okay, so the signals will be uniform distribution, and then we can choose the variance. Some variant parameters like your resistor, capacitor with their tolerances to give you the resolution, to give a good resolution, to give a very good tolerances at the output. So let me remove these two and just use the resistor and capacitor tolerance alone. Then I click OK. So since I used the Monte Carlo with 20 runs, now I'm going to run the simulation. Okay, so you can see here when I run the simulation, it will follow the 20 runs for all the outputs. Okay, so it is done. So now let me close this. I don't see any error message, all a warning message. So I just close it off. Okay, so now you can see DC operating point. It is for all the inputs. Then DC sweep. So DC sweep, you can see V in, V out for the 20 signals. Then the transient analysis. So you can see there is a very good outputs, 20 run signals. So you can choose the best signal from this for your output. Okay, which gives you a high resolution output. Then AC analysis for the Monte Carlo analysis. Okay, so this is with respect to that. Instead of this, if you want to have only one output also, you can do it. You can go here, you can uncheck here to do that. Before that, if you are interested in advanced settings, okay, so for example, let me go to the settings. Under the global parameters, you want to add any parameters for your simulation, you can add your parameters. Then under the advanced setting, you can see some of the options, SPICE options. You can add in like your current minimum, current maximum you want to add for your for your circuit to give very good results, to get high response output. You can add it. Then also coming below integration method, normally it is showing trapezoidal. If you want to change to gear 2, gear 3, you can also add it off. Then default here, the SPICE reference net name is ground. For your design, if you want to change the net name to be some other net, you can use it. Then the supply voltage VCC is 5, and then VDD we have given 15. These also can change. These are all some of the settings based on the designer. They can change for a very good output. Okay, small changes you can do it to obtain your perfect output of your design. Okay, so let me close this. Now again, I remove the sweep, and then I go for run simulation. So you will see only the single outputs, okay, instead of the continuous outputs. So we can see all the outputs here, the operating point, DC sweep, transient analysis, and the AC analysis. Okay, so then I go here, we go for the seeing the results. So when you click on results, you see some results are locked. So lock means these data will be already there. If you run the simulation, it will not be affected. It will be still there. Okay, the new results will be loaded separately. Okay, so you can lock your results. Okay, if you don't want, you can add in your profile. Okay, you can click here. So show results, it will show the results here. Then if you want to go for example, load the profile, you can load the profile. Okay, so load the profile means asking to load the profile and run again, run the simulation. You can do that. Edit the title, click edit title, you can change the name here, and then edit the description. You can do that. Edit any analysis. If you want to remove, you can also remove that. So you can do all this inside here. Then coming to the models. Okay, under the simulation generic components, we have seen there are so many models we have. Similar way, I have added this JFET library, jfet.lib file. So this is a library file. Again, we can have the models. Okay, so we can just click on one of the model and we can try to place it off. So is this model you can see is a JFET. If you want to double click on this, see the properties. You can see the properties of this model. So again, you can see this is a source from where we have taken. It is not under your simulation generic component. So you see all the information. Okay, so coming below, you can also see the simulation properties about the model. All this is from the local file. Then the pin mapping of the component is done. Source, gate, drain is a SPICE model. Then going to the model file. So model file, you can see the information about the model, SPICE model, which we have added for the design. Okay, so like this, you can add in your model. You can see there are so many in this library is fully for JFET. So many models are there. Okay, you can get so totally 399 models we have. So you can get any models from here. Okay, you can see the model here. When you click on this, you can see the models. Okay, all this is you can get it from here. Okay, this is one of the circuit. So next example, we go for the Hartley oscillator. So in this circuit, again, we are going to see about first step is if I remove the source. Okay, if there is no source, what will happen for the simulation? So let me just click and delete it off. Okay, so let me open my simulation dashboard. Okay, when I open the simulation dashboard itself, it says need some fixes. Usually it will not show, but it says need some fixes. So when I click here, you see need to add source. So meaning there is no source. Okay, so I click here, Control Z, bring it back. So when I bring it back, you see the error has gone. So your simulation dashboard is a powerful panel. It verifies whether your circuit is having the source, models, and the nets, all these are not. For example, if I remove the net, okay, so net also it will verify. I think it haven't analyzed here. So maybe later I show you that. Okay, so now we saw about the source. Now we are going to verify the circuit. So to verify, you can start the verification. So click here. So you can see simulation model need fixes. Okay, and you have to edit the model. So click on edit model, meaning this J1 need the model here. So let me add in the model from my library. So go to the library. I'm going to add it from browse button under the JFET. So it's a FET component. So I'm going to add it from here. J2N. Yeah, this component I'm adding it. Okay, once I added, you can see the source, gate, drain is a SPICE model. Then the model, again, the pin mapping. If you want to map the pin, you can change the pin mapping. Please remember, whatever you do is only for simulation purposes. But when you go to design, the mapping will be different. It will not be similar. What you do here will not be applied to the design. Okay, then coming to the model file, you will see the model information. Once it is okay, now you will see all green checkbox. Okay, no more need fix or no more error. So after you're done, go for the preparation. So you can see the voltage source. So voltage source you have here. So if you click on the voltage source, you can see the source. So change the source to see whatever the source you want to add in. You can see all the models. Okay, so pulse model or single frequency model, whatever you're adding, accordingly your parameter list will change. If you want to change the value, you can change the value. That's all. Okay, so again I double click. Let me change this again to the DC source. Okay. Okay, now you can have added the two probes. You can see there are two probes added. So when I disable the probe, they will be grayed out. Enable it is. So you can also change the color of the probes. Double click here. If you want to change the color of the probes, you can change the color of the probes. Okay, it's a color only to show you the outputs. If you want to add the probe, you can add your voltage probe, current probe again. All this you can do it. Under the analysis and setup, we can run the analysis like operating DC sweep. When you go for the transient analysis, okay, here it is from 0 to 1 millisecond and the step is 1 microsecond here. So now let me run this analysis. Okay, and then see the output. So I just run the analysis. Okay, you can see it is run here. So now let me zoom to some level. Okay, so when I zoom here, you can see the output like this. Here the output, you can see the blue color one, and still more if you want to be very neat. Okay, that is steps should be very less. You are using now 1 microsecond spacing, so you need to reduce the steps to get the high resolution output. Okay, so to get that, we can go for your sheet 1 circuit, then go to your simulation dashboard. Let me change the step here. Okay, 0.1. So 0.1 microsecond, and then let me try to run. Okay, you can see here. So it is very smooth and it is very clear. Okay, the output signal. So here you can refer your V out 1, V out 2. So you can see the V output here. It is more clean and neat here. Okay, so here if you want to measure the points, okay, the simulation data points from one to the other, you can measure the simulation data points. For example, go to the simulation data, you can see the data panel, and then if you want to place the cursor, okay, I want to place the cursor to measure at the points. Okay, so for example here, one cursor here, then I place the second cursor B at another point. Okay, you can choose. See, when I move, it is automatically catching the point. Okay, so you can see the top point it is. So from this you can see in the panel B out to here, there is a differences you can see there, and B minus A, the cursor B minus cursor here, the value, and then minimum to maximum, all these values. What is the fall time? What is the rise time? What is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? All you can measure it off. And also below in the graph, you can see cursor A. The cursor A position is at microsecond. What is the millivolt at that point? Cursor B, what is the microsecond and what is the voltage at that point? So all the value you can measure it for your outputs. So if you want to remove the cursor, you can also remove the cursor. Okay, so you want to clear the filter, you can clear it off. Then if you want to plot, okay, you can plot, you want to play the chart. If you want to plot new plot, or if you want to go for add wave, you can wave it, place it off. Otherwise, you can right click. If you want to add a plot or plot options, you can go here. Okay, probes, you can fill in the details for your plot options. Then if you go for right click, you can fit the document. Then you can place your chart options. So chart options, you can see what is the name, title, then scale, cursor positions. Okay, all you can set it off here. Also, if you want to export this result, okay, I want to export the data. So you can go to file, export the chart or plot. Okay, so it will be exported in the CSV format. Okay, in the project itself, and then you can see the outputs. So next, when you go here, you can go to your file. Okay, when you come here, so we have seen all the outputs. Again, we can see the results here. So next thing is, once we have seen all this, if you want to see your band pass filter and your these two, okay, the two outputs, then if you want to make it tile it off or all this, so I want to tile horizontally, you can see tile the two outputs to see. Okay, so if you click active, you can see the DC sweep here, and then for the Hartley oscillator, you can see different outputs in a tile vertically or horizontally. And then you want to merge, you can bring it back one file at a time. Okay, you can do all this. Then next thing, if you want to remove, as I told you, so once we run the circuit, everything done, I just want to remove this. So once I remove the ground signal, you see the verification need fixes. So what is the verification? You can see no reference node. So if I click on the details, it says electrical rule, no ground node is found. So meaning there is no ground node. Okay, so I need to bring it back. So I just bring it back here. Okay, so the error is gone. So this is how you can, it will easily, the powerful tool, the simulation dashboard is a powerful tool. It will able to identify and tell you the issue. And next very important thing I want to tell you is, here you all know about your device sheet. Okay, device sheet is used as a repeated sheet, okay, like snippets. You want to use the same sheet for the reuse of a design. Same thing you can do for simulation model also. Like you have the source. the source is fixed and some components are fixed. So you can create the template and put it under your Altium 365 managed template. Okay, so once you put it under managed template, whenever you want the template for the simulation model circuit, you can just bring in the template and add in your components. Okay, and do the analysis to get your different outputs. Okay, you can do all this. Thank you very much for attending the webinar. If you have any questions, please email to sales@pcbgt.com.sg. I can answer your questions at any time. Thank you very much for attending. See you all in the next webinar. Thank you.